Good morning, sunshine! This quick morning yoga class is here to help you get your day started off on the right foot, feeling energized. We're going to flow through some feel-good postures that are going to get your body moving and your blood pumping. Props you'll need for this class? Just 2 blocks. So get in something comfy and let's get started. For the beginning of this class, you can start out seated, down on the floor, or you can come to hero's pose like me. We're just going to spend a few minutes connecting with our breath, and for this morning, we're going to do an energizing breath where we take 4 strong inhaling sniffs and then exhale completely. I'll show you. Just like that. So join me now. We're going to inhale through the nose with 4 sniffs. Exhale. Again. Exhale completely. Inhale for 4. Exhale completely. 2 more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Great job. Come to hands and knees for tabletop position. Shoulders stack over wrists, hips stack under knees. Find your long spine, reach the tailbone back, crown of head forward. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the sit bones up, arching the back to come to cow pose. Exhale, lengthen the tailbone down, round through the spine, chin into chest, cat pose. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together, arching through the entire spine. Exhale, press the floor away, spread the shoulder blades, round, cat pose. 3 more at your own pace, using your inhale to expand the chest, exhale to round the spine, compress the low ribs in toward the belly. Last one. After your last cat, come back to your neutral tabletop position and step the right foot through, in between the hands, coming to your low lunge or Anjaneyasana. Right knee stocks over the right ankle. Walk the hands up onto the thigh. Good. Make sure your left knee is far enough back that you feel a stretch through the left hip flexor. Find your tall spine. Once you're here in low lunge, you can keep the hands down on the thighs, or you can take the hands behind the low back, interlacing the fingers. Reach the fist down toward the floor for a chest opener. So broaden the chest, lift the heart, spread the collarbones away from each other. Maybe even take the gaze slightly up. Make sure you're still keeping the legs active by pressing down into the right heel, dragging it backward, and pressing into the left shin, dragging the left knee forward energetically. Good. 1 more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale to release the hands down to frame the foot. Step the right foot back to return to tabletop, and then step the left foot forward in between the hands. For low lunge, second side. Toes pointing forward, walk the hands up onto the left thigh, left knee stacks over left ankle. Broaden the chest, lift the heart, and then if you like, you can take the chest opener 1 more time, interlacing the fingers, drawing the heads of the shoulders back and down, pinching the shoulder blades together along the back. Draw the abs in, lengthen the tailbone down. Bring your rib cage in toward the back body. 1 more breath. On your exhale, release the hands down to frame the foot. Step that left foot back, return to tabletop. Plant the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, spreading the fingers wide, glue the palms down. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Make sure you have a long spine here, so it's helpful to bend the knees generously, especially when our hamstrings are cold first thing in the morning. Draw the belly in, press the torso back towards the thighs. Draw the top of the thigh bone deeper into the hip socket. Drop the heels down toward the floor. Release the head, let it hang heavy toward the floor. You can pedal the feet out here if that feels nice for you, or you can just find stillness, whichever works best for you. Just a couple more breaths here. And then let's start to walk the feet up towards the hands, taking little steps towards the top of the mat, coming into our standing forward fold. Bend the knees generously here to make sure we're not irritating the hamstrings. Drape the torso and belly over the tops of your thighs. Grasp opposite elbows and then let the head hang heavy down toward the floor, allowing gravity to traction your spine down to the ground. Soften the shoulders, soften the neck. Breathing deeply to expand through the chest. Exhale, let the head hang down more. You can sway a little bit from side to side here if that feels nice for your body. And then release the hands down to the floor. Inhale to bring the hands to your shins. Bring the spine parallel to the floor. Come to your half lift. Exhale, bend the knees. Drape the body back over the legs. Full fold. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, shoot the heart forward. Half lift. Exhale, head hangs heavy. Fold. Inhale, lengthen the space behind your heart. Half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, drape over the thighs, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, half lift, send the tailbone back, crown of head forward. Exhale, fold back over the legs. Last one. Inhale, come to your half lift, spine parallel to the ceiling, and exhale, spine rounds towards the floor to fold. This time, press into the heels as we inhale, sweep the arms forward and up to come to our exalted mountain pose, and exhale to bring the hands through prayer to heart center. Good job. Release the arms down to your sides. Let's warm up the side body a little bit. So take your feet hips distance apart, and we're going to sweep the left arm up and over to come to a standing side bend. You can slide the right hand down your right thigh, or you could even take the right hand onto the hip and gently press for a little bit of a deeper stretch. Make sure you're spiraling that top shoulder up towards the ceiling rather than letting the chest collapse down toward the floor. Open up the entire seam of the left side of your body, expanding the ribs away from each other and drawing the lower ribs up away from the hips. Take a deep breath, and one more. And then we'll inhale to make our way back to center. Let's take it to the other side. So sweep that right arm up and over, sliding the left hand down the left thigh, or taking the hand onto the hip for a little bit of a gentle press. Good. Really reach through those fingertips while pressing down through the pinky toe side of the right foot. Find that dynamic opposition between the 2 spaces. Imagining opening up and stretching that entire right seam of the body away from itself. Good. Draw the ribs up out of the pelvis. Draw the belly in. One more deep, luxurious breath in. Exhale all the way. And then we'll inhale to bring it back to center. Good. Make sure your feet are hips distance apart. We're going to come into a gentle back bend. So all 10 toes pointing forward. Take the hands behind to rest on the top of your seat as if you were sliding your fingers into your jean pockets. Good. Inhale to lift through the spine. And as you exhale, begin to come into a gentle back bend.
So reaching the crown of head back, keep the thighs firm, squeeze the quads, press the heels down as we open up the front side of the body. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Imagine that you were pole vaulting and there was like a pole right about at your middle back that you wanted to arch the spine over. Good. Really keep the thighs firm, the abs drawn in. And on your next inhale, let's come back up. Good, and release the hands down to your side. So go ahead and grab your blocks, and we're just gonna get them ready. So set them off to the side of your mat, one at the front and one in the back, like you see I have here. And then we're gonna come into our sun salutation A. So at the top third of your mat, take the feet hips distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale the hands in prayer through heart center as you fold forward, hinging from the hips to come to that standing forward fold once more. Inhale, hands to shins, shoot the heart forward, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time bending the knees a lot and glue the palms down to the floor, spread the fingers wide, step one foot and then the other back to your plank pose. Let's hold plank here for 3 breaths. Stack shoulders over wrists. You always have the option to come down to forearm plank if this is causing you any wrist pain. Lift the thighs, squeeze the quads. Draw the belly button up and in towards the spine for 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the knees down to the mat. Take the knees together. Shift the shoulders forward over the wrists as we bend through the elbows, hugging the arms into your ribs as we lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, palms underneath shoulders as we peel the shoulders and chest up off the mat, pressing to a baby cobra, or maybe pressing a little further up into a fuller cobra. Press the tops of your feet, tops of your thighs, down into the mat. Doing great. Exhale to lower back down. Inhale to press up to tabletop or reverse push-up to come to plank pose. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips up and back. We all meet in downward facing dog. Pedal the feet if that feels nice. We'll spend 3 breaths here in our down dog. Now, as we transition into the next portion of our flow, you have the option to lower down onto the knees into tabletop to step the foot forward into your lunge. So just keep that in mind if you need to make that transition down to tabletop. All right, find stillness, feet hips distance. Inhale that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee. Draw the right knee through midline and step the right foot forward in between the hands. If it doesn't make it all the way, just help it forward with your right hand and then spin the left heel down to the ground to come into your warrior 2 stance. So you want to make sure we have heel to arch alignment. Right heel bisects the arch of the left foot. Stack the right knee over the right ankle. On your inhale, cartwheel the hands up to press up to your warrior 2. Good. Make any adjustments you need to get comfortable in your alignment. Right knee tracks over the second toe. Press back through the pinky toe side of the left foot. Beautiful. Stack shoulders over your hips. And you can take the gaze straight ahead or forward over the right fingertips, your choice. Good. Press the right heel down into the mat. Press back through the pinky toe side of the left foot. Draw your abs in, lengthen the tailbone down as you reach the arms away. Now, we're gonna flip the right palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale the right arm up and over to come to reverse warrior. Left hand rests lightly on the left thigh. Make sure your right knee, take a peek, that it's still in proper alignment, stacked over the right ankle and tracking over the midline of the foot. Good. Again, open through that right seam of the body. Spread the ribs away from each other and draw the low ribs up out of the hips. Good. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the arms back up to warrior 2. Reach forward through those right fingertips, lengthening through the right side of your body, and then take the right elbow onto the right thigh. Sweep the left arm forward to come to extended side angle. Option here, use a block. So take the hands down onto a block instead of resting the elbow on the thigh, whichever works best for you. Really lengthen through the spine here. Press back firmly through the left foot, pinky toe side of the left foot especially. Squeezing the left quad, keeping the leg really engaged. Draw the abs in. Good. And then that block that's next to your right foot, take that block. You can release the hand down to your hip. Take the block slightly forward in front of the right foot, and we're coming to half moon. So if you struggle with balance, you can take your back to a wall. Take the right hand onto the block on the highest setting, and then start to hinge the weight forward into the right leg. As you press into the block, press into the right leg to lift the left leg up off the mat and reach it away from your body. Flex through the left foot, bring the spine parallel to the floor. Make any adjustment you need with your props to make sure you're comfortable. Left hand on left hip or left arm reaches high to the sky for our standing half moon balance. Good. Squeeze the quad of the right leg. Reach through the left heel of the left leg. Breathe. From here, bend the right knee to slowly take the left foot back down to the floor and cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to come to plank. You can take a vinyasa or skip it. If you're vinyasing with me, shift the weight forward into the toes, knees or no knees, lower down into a chaturanga to hover. Inhale to press to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, or transition through tabletop to come to downward facing dog. And we'll all meet here in our down dog. Good. So let's take it to the second side. Inhale, left leg lifts, keep the hips square. Exhale, bend the left knee, draw the left knee through midline to step the left foot forward in between the hands. Help it forward if you need to. Spiral the right heel down to the floor, warrior two. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up to bring the torso up, stacking shoulders over hips. Reach the arms away, taking the gaze forward or over the left fingertips. Arms are parallel to the floor. Left knee stacks over the left ankle, tracking over the second toe. Press back through the pinky toe side of the right foot to hug that right thigh in. Good. Couple breaths here. So lengthen your tailbone down, tuck your seat under, hug the abs in toward the back body. On your next inhale, flip that left palm up towards the ceiling and lift the left hand up and over to come to your reverse warrior. Good. Draw the left ribs up out of the hips. Keep the belly drawn in and the abs engaged. Breathe length into the spine. Exhale to press down through the four corners of the feet. Good. On your next inhale, let's come back up to our warrior two shape and then reach forward through those left fingertips, lengthening through the left side body and come to your extended side angle. So bend the left elbow to rest the left elbow on the left thigh, or take the hand onto a block inside the foot. Right hand sweeps forward and up to bring the right bicep next to the right ear, coming to your extended side angle. Second side. Reach through the right fingertips, press down through the right heel, lengthen through the spine, and try to tuck your left seat under to really engage through the glutes. Good. Hold here, and then we're going to take the right hand onto our right hip. Use your left hand to transition the block slightly forward in front of the left toes. Take the hand onto the highest setting of the block. As you shift the weight forward into your left foot, begin to float the right leg up, flexing through the right foot. Now, if this is good enough for you, then feel free to stay. If you can, open up that right hip. So roll the right hip open up towards the ceiling, and then reach the right arm high to the sky, really reaching through that flexed right heel and reaching the crown of head forward toward the front of the room. Squeeze the quad of the left leg, lengthen through both sides of the waist evenly for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bend the left knee, take the right foot down to the floor, spiral the arms down to the mat, coming into that runner's lunge. Good. Inhale to step that left foot back, plank pose. You can take a vinyasa once more or skip it to come to downward facing dog. If you're vinyasa, chaturanga, inhale cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a deep breath here. Exhale all the way. And then lower the knees down to the floor, crossing your ankles to come to seated. Awesome job. Take your seat to about the middle of the mat. Reach the arms forward, and then we're gonna hinge the upper body back to come to boat pose. Now you can leave the feet down on the floor, or you can take the challenge of lifting the shins parallel to the floor. Hug the abs in, draw the low ribs down towards the hips, lengthen through the low back. Good, and you can always hold the backs of the thighs as well. Good, we're gonna do 4 more breaths here. So really hold it, focus the mind, keep the abs engaged, focus on your breath. 2 more, almost there, and release the feet down to the floor, and then we're gonna roll the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae, to come all the way onto your back. Lift your legs up high to the sky, flexing through the feet like you wanted to place your footprints on the ceiling. Now, you can stay here with the feet flexed, or you can point the toes, your choice, whichever works best for you. And then we're gonna slowly, first, we're gonna engage through the low abs. So draw the belly down towards the floor, making your low back long, pressing it down into the mat. And you can even engage the deep abs by taking one breath where on the exhale, you shush. So take a deep breath in, exhale, shh. Now keeping that engagement, inhale to lower the legs down, to hover up off the floor, exhale to lift them back up. Good, you can even keep the shushing going. Inhale to lower the legs down to about 1/4 of the way up off the mat, exhale, lift them back up. Now, when you feel your low back start to lift, go ahead and lower. If you feel your low back start to lift off the ground, that means you need to decrease your range of motion. So keep going, adjusting the height of your legs accordingly to keep your low back really pressing down into the floor. Good. Inhale to lower down, exhale to lift up. Couple more. Inhale down, exhale lift. Last one. Inhale down, exhale lift up, and release the feet down to the floor. Good. Let's take the feet wide as the mat, arms out at your sides in a T or a goal post shape, and we're gonna take some windshield wipers with our knees from side to side. Taking them to the left and the right as far as your range of motion feels good. Stretching the muscles of the low back. And then we'll work our way back to center. Gather the knees in towards the chest to give yourself a hug. Apanasana, knees to chest pose. And then lift the feet up towards the ceiling, taking your hands to the outside edges of your feet, or you can hold the ankles or the calves or even the backs of the knees, whichever works best for you. We're coming to happy baby. So draw the knees down in toward the armpits. You can even rock a little bit from side to side to massage the low back. Breathe. Soften as you exhale. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. And on your next exhale, release the feet, letting the legs float down to the mat one at a time. Coming into our Shavasana, so feet wider than the hips, arms out at your sides, palms face up. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale all the way, letting your body melt down toward the floor. We'll take a short Shavasana here to integrate the effects of our practice and to take an opportunity to choose how we're going to be for the rest of our day. So this is your opportunity to decide, is the rest of my day going to be good? And am I going to keep a positive attitude? Or am I going to let myself
fall into old habit patterns of negativity. And if that's been an old habit pattern, that's okay. Just forgive yourself and let it go. Decide today that today is a new day. Today is an opportunity to love on someone, an opportunity to love on yourself, an opportunity to do good things, to put out good energy into the world. Today is an opportunity, and today is something to be grateful for. Reflect on this for the next few moments as we breathe. On your next inhale, deepen the breath into the body, bending the knees and rolling to one side. Slowly begin to press yourself up into a comfortable seated position, taking the hands to prayer at heart center. Just taking a moment to acknowledge and celebrate the fact that you woke up early this morning, you came to your yoga mat and you practiced your yoga, that you showed up for yourself, and let this motivate you throughout the rest of your day. Take these feelings of calm, of peace, of centeredness, and carry them with you, choosing positivity, choosing good energy, choosing peace continually throughout your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Namaste.